Yo everybody, what's going on? This is Keegan from Kman Reviews. If you enjoyed this review, make sure you hit that like and the subscribe button, and if you have any opinions at all that you would like to share, leave them down in the comment section. Rusur and Slarmy, just in case. Rusur, the main vocalist, is a Canadian singer and award-winning songwriter. I was first aware of him when he made his commercial musical debut on Malcolm's song Slow Motion off his album Vibey Rock. However, I guess I didn't really expect him to make a little bit of a career out of that, as he started dropping off one-off single here and there, which all seemed to be leading up to an album. But instead, we got a full 8 tracks of never-before-seen music that he seems to be labeling as his final album. He's really pulling an Oliver Tree on us. I'm excited to review this. Always love shining some light on some lesser known artists, hopefully getting you guys to check them out. So, where do I stand on Just In Case? Let's find out as I review this album track by track. Of course, since there were no singles to start, we will just go at the top of the track list, with that being the end, which opens up with these very disorienting synths, existential lyrics. Rusur's vocals have a very entrancing quality to them, like it's a kind of drug trip. Plus, these glitchy effects are present to add this supernatural effect, not to mention the sporadic synth and drum section near the end, which is very bizarre, yet also mesmerizing. It's a very eclectic opener and really paves the road for the rest of the project. It immediately transitions into August 27, which is a short little interlude spoken over a phone. The track is a very open and brutal message detailing this breakthrough that's been had, but he's also incredibly cautious about death just being able to strike him down at any minute. It's almost disturbing as he laughs in a near maniacal way about assuring the audience he's not trying to die. But, in all honesty, I feel like I shouldn't be hearing this. It's a little bit unsettling, but I mean, he insists. He says this is a message that everyone should hear. We get the next full song a little bit later, Celebrate, which is easily the funkiest track on the record, featuring these claps and snaps that substitute for actual percussion, and it also just adds a nicer groove to the tune in general. There's also this pulsating heavy bass that's in the background, which, when combined with Rusur's melodious, flowy, even reggae-inspired vocals, the track comes off as just such a vibe. The bridge as well is also a little bit haunting, the vocals coming in and out of different sides of the headphones. The electronic, slightly abrasive synths add to that feeling as well. This is a bop worth hearing, and what a good song. Then we get to Impossible, which is my favorite song on the record, which is just such a solid vibe even from the get-go, the plucky beeping synths behind the shrouding ambience. And then when that chorus kicks in and Rusur delivers this melody that is just so captivating, it really shines as a great standout beside some of these other songs. Plus, I just really enjoy this lyrical passage here. I ain't asking for dollars, all I want is the change. Penny for your thoughts, nickel for your loss, turn that dime to a diamond. Just some nice wordplay regarding money, but also talking about change as well. Yeah, this is a fantastic song. Give it a listen. To Be Human, featuring File, not sure how to pronounce it, but it's another one of these message tracks, but this one is a lot more of a song with a long spoken word intro about yet again being afraid of when death will come, and he's taking the time to express these feelings through song. It's definitely more controlled and relaxed than August 27 was, but after the nearly 2-minute intro, the brief refrain comes in with ethereal vocals, extremely fragile percussion, and moody synths. And then there's a short spoken word outro as well. It is very soothing to listen to, and a pretty acceptable addition to this album. Steel, unsurprisingly, is the hardest track on this record, mainly in its instrumentation with the staticky synthwork sounding very similar to a guitar riff. Aside from that, there's this encapsulating ambience that comes through on the chorus, plus some standard percussion as well. The synths really ramp up to 11 on the bridge, becoming the main attraction opposite Rusur's reverbed vocals, singing about racial issues, being a man of color, and how he's just walking home at night and the authorities see him as a problem. It's pretty powerful, and what a damn good song. Then we get to the 6-minute and 36 track that is Magnum Opus, which deals with plenty of modern-day issues in its lyrics, the pandemic, how there's so much hate and violence in the world, plus racial issues as well. Much like August 27, it is a passionate note, but thankfully it's not on that personal level that August 27 was, to where it nearly felt uncomfortable to listen to. It just feels like a speech someone would give at a rally, and because of that, it is much more empowering. It is still a very long listen, and probably would have made more sense as a closing message to the listener as a goodbye, but it's still wonderfully done. And then we go into the closer of this record, the hum, which is purely instrumental, and the only vocals present are just these hums, plus some extra ad-libbed harmonizing. It gives the track a comforting feeling with this warm piano melody that is optimistic and reassuring. There isn't really much else to say about this one, aside from it's a nice relaxing closer to a record like this. Overall, this was not what I was expecting from this album. I don't know, maybe I was thinking it was just going to be some standard pop R&B fusion like a lot of independent songwriters are doing, but this one caught me off guard. All the issues spoken about in this album truly make a wonderful standout, and while I do think the album could have benefited from a couple of other songs and a slight bit more attention to overall cohesiveness and flow of the record, this is a fiery release at its core and shouldn't be overlooked at all. So I'm feeling a 7.5 out of 10 on this album. Well guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.